So, I don't like the way I explain the end of the Sugya in Masechet Ketubot Daf Nun Tet Amud Bet. I want to review it, namely the Shita of Rav Asher. Ella Amar Rav Asher. Kunamot ka'amar, shane kunamot ikdushat haguf ninu. I think that's what it says. Shane kunamot ikdushat haguf ninu. Okay. Here's the thing. It's important to understand the Gemara precisely. First of all, Ella Amar Rav Asher, Kelal Gadol, I learned from my father. When you have Ella Amar Rav Peloni, he's rejecting the previous proposal. So Rav Asher is rejecting the previous proposal. What is he rejecting? So Rav Bered Rabbi Yoshua said that what was the Mishnah talking about? When the Mishnah said, Kunam Ma'asi Yadai Alecha, the Mishnah that was quoted in Nun Tet Amud Aleph, the woman says, Kunam Shani Osa Leficha. What does that mean, Kunam Shani Osa Leficha? So Rab Hunna Bered Rabbi Yoshua says that her statement was Yikadeshu Yadai Le'osehem. That's what it is. Yikadeshu Yadai Le'osehem. Meaning, it wasn't a neder. It wasn't a neder. It's really important. This is a subtle point. Vezachiti lehavin ezeh. Rabbi Yosef is saying, the answer of Rabbi Yosef, which was rejected by or Abaye, questions Rabbi Yosef, right? So, the answer of Rabbi Yosef was, Shane kunamot, מתוך שאדם אוסר פירות חברו עליו, אדם אוסר דבר שלא בא לעולם. Meaning, Rabbi Yosef is referring to nedarim. When Rabbi Yosef is talking about kunamot, he says, shane kunamot, he's referring to a neder. Because in a neder, a person is oser davar al asmo, כאילו שאותו דבר kunam, קודשי מזבח. Right? It's really important to understand this. But we had a problem with that. We had a problem because, as we said, Avaya questions Rav Yosef. Rav Yosef was not his uncle, as I said previously in one of the videos. Rabba was Rav Yosef's, Rabba was Avaya's uncle. Anyway, Rav Yosef and Rabba were Haverim, so hence the confusion. Anyway, Amali Avaya Bishlama Adam Oser Perot Havero Alav. He said, but how do we know that in the case of Nedarim, you can be Oser Davar Shelo Bal Olam? That was a question of Abaye. And he rejects the thesis of Rabbi Yosef. So again, what Rabbi Yosef wanted to say, the reason when the woman says, Kunam Shani Osa Leficha, she can be Oser Davar Shelo Bal Olam, is because we're dealing with the laws of Nedarim. And in the laws of Nedarim, says Rav Yosef, you can be Osel Davar Shelo Bal Olam. Abaye rejects that. Abaye rejects that because there's no evidence for that. There's no support for that position. That, yes, in the case of Ekteshot, En Adam Makdish Davar Shelo Bal Olam, and in the case of Nedarim, Adam Oser Davar Shelo Bal Olam. What's the evidence for that? So comes Rav Huna Bered Rabbi Yoshua. Rav Huna Bered Rabbi Yoshua makes a different proposal. And he says, what does it mean when the Mishnah says, Kunam Shani Osa Leficha? What was the real meaning of that? And now I understand it. Be'omeret yikadeshu yadai le'osehem. That she was makdisha her hands. Now here's the mistake. When she's makdisha her hands, what are we all thinking about reading the Gemara? Hekdesh. The laws of Hekdesh. We solved the problem. Because the hands is davar shekayam. It's not davar shelo ba la'olam. The hands is davar shekayam ba'olam. And since the hands is davar shekayam ba'olam, she can be mekadesh at her hands. Mita mekdesh. Right? And then the Gemara asks a series of questions. Al pi sevara. What's the basis for the idea that a person can be makdish davar al tenai. Right? She's makdisha her hands. The Gemara said that it can't be that she's makdisha her hands now because their hands are mishu'badot to the Baal. So then the Gemara says, so is there a source for the idea that you can be makdish davar shekayam, but the hekdesh is al tenai, that if something happens, the hekdesh takes place? And we made a few proposals. We offered a few potential solutions. Each one of the potential solutions was rejected as inapplicable to the case of the woman's hands. And therefore, we are once again left with the question: is there a source for the idea that if a woman is makdisha her hands now while she's married to her husband, that the hekdesh can be tofes after the gerushin? It's hekdesh al tenai. And all the other cases of hekdesh al tenai that the Gemara brought, in those cases, the hekdesh al tenai was where the person who's making the hekdesh has the theoretic possibility of ensuring that the property, the object of the hekdesh, would actually be in his possession, so that he would at some point in time, if not now, then within 10 years, be able to definitely make hekdesh. And we said in that case, he can make hekdesh al tenai. What's the problem with the woman's hands? The problem is that in the case of the woman's hands, she cannot ensure that the husband will divorce her. The husband decides not to divorce her. So is there a source to say that what Rav Huna bered Rav Yoshua, explaining the Mishnah says, Kunam shani osa leficha, comes Rav Huna bered Rav Yoshua and says, Be'omeret yikadeshu yadai le'osehem. Is there a source that she can makdisha her hands in that way? The answer of Rav Ashi is absolutely brilliant. I love this. This is just the Gemara, the Hachamim, in their pristine beauty. What does Rav Ashi say? Ela amar Rav Ashi, kunamot ka'amart, shane kunamot kedushat haguf ninhu. Rav Ashi says, you're talking about kunamot? Kunamot is different because it's kedushat haguf. What's he saying? Is he taking us back to the answer of Rav Yosef? Didn't Rav Yosef say shane kunamot? Rav Yosef said shane kunamot, right? There was Rav Yosef's answer, there was Rav Huna's answer, and now what Rav Ashi is going back to Rav Yosef? Because Rav Yosef said shane kunamot mitoch she'adam osel pirot chavero alav, adam osel davar shelo ba la'olam. Comes Rav Ashi and says shane kunamot ka'amar, shane kunamot kedushat haguf ninu. What's he talking about? How does it solve any problem? Is Rav Ashi referring to the answer following up on Rav Yosef's answer, saying that nedarim is different than hekdeshot, and because it's a neder, you could make a neder davar shelo ba la'olam? Or is, that's what it seems, he says shane kunamot, same language as Rav Yosef. Or is he saying that no, the model of Rav Huna bered Rav Yoshua is the correct model? You understand the question? What is Rav Ashi following up on? It's either possibility. Either it's midin nedarim, which is what Rav Yosef wants to say, or it's midin hekdeshot, which is what Rav Huna bered Rav Yoshua seems to be saying. And the answer is neither. Rav Ashi is explaining Rav Huna bered Rav Yoshua. Namely, what did Rav Huna bered Rav Yoshua say? Be'omeret yikadeshu yadai le'osehem. Let me ask you, somebody a question. Is this hekdesh? Are her hands actually hekdesh? So we always saw, the hands are hekdesh. The same way you could make hekdesh on a keli, you could make hekdesh on a para, you can make hekdesh on a bait, you can make hekdesh on the hands. And this is the brilliance of Rav Ashi. He says, shane kunamot. We're talking out here about kunamot, not the laws of nedarim that you say kulam alay davar zeh. When a person looks at a cheese sandwich, he says kulam alay davar zeh. The cheese sandwich doesn't become kodsheh mizbeach. It's asur alav as if although it was kodsheh mizbeach, but it's not an actual kunam. Rav Asher is saying when this woman says yikadeshu yaday leosehem, their hands are not asurim midin hekdesh. They're asurim midin kodshe mizbeach mamash kunam, because she says ikadeshu yaday leosehem. My hands are now holy unto God, right? And the Geonim, they explain exactly this. Rashi brings the explanation of the Geonim. There's a mahloket here. There's a different explanation to this. This is the explanation of the Geonim. Yekadeshu yaday leosehem. The Amkut, when Rav Asher says kunamot, it doesn't mean the law of nedarim ke kunam, but it means her hands become asurim like kodshe mizbeach. And here's the point: if a person makes hekdesh, the hekdesh can be nifda. You can be poder the hekdesh. There's different laws. Can he be poder the hekdesh? Somebody else can be poder the hekdesh. But it can be nifda. It can be redeemed with money. How much money? Different laws. In the case of kodshe mizbeach, you cannot redeem the kodshe mizbeach with money. Once it's kodesh on the mizbeach, that's it. You can't redeem it anymore. That's the law of kunamot. And now you understand the statement of Rav Asher, kunamot ka'amart. You're bringing me the laws of kunamot as comparing it to hekdeshot, but this is completely different. She made her hands not hekdesh, she made her hands kunamot. And when she made her hands kunamot, they're mamash the kunam achshav. It's not about shalom bala olam. What about the shi'ibud of the husband? Isn't there shi'ibud of the husband? How can she make kunam on her hands of the mishurbatot to the husband? And on that, again, shani korum tishrating niuch derava de'amarava hekdesh hames v'shechrum mafkin midesh shi'ibud. If you have hekdesh, a person is makdish davar. For example, a person has, for example, a cow, and there's a lien on the cow. He owes money to somebody, he placed the lien on the cow. When he makes the cow hekdesh, it's mafkia the lien, and it becomes kodesh. And the person who had, a security interest in the cow, let's say, that's it. Halach alav. He has nothing to do. The cow now belongs to Bedek Habayit, right? Right. Right. Just to explain this law, it's a very subtle law. And this is the ankut. It's so beautiful. If a person makes hekdesh on an object like, a house, a person makes hekdesh on a chair, a person makes hekdesh on the bar of gold, and let's say there was a security interest on that chair, there was a security interest on that house, there was a security interest on that bar of gold, and now he makes hekdesh. The hekdesh is not mafkiya midesh yi'ibud. But if a person has a cow, and he says, this cow, he checks it, no mum on the cow, it's ra'ui, le'karev al gabei ha'mizbeach, and he is makdish the cow to the mizbeach, you can't make pidyon. You understand the point? It's not a regular hekdesh, this is kunamot. Kunamot is mafkiya midesh yi'ibud, because it's kodesh to the mizbeach. It's not like regular hekdesh, which is not mafkiya midesh yi'ibud. A regular hekdesh doesn't remove a security interest. What we do is we polim the hekdesh, bekesef, and then the money, the secured asset, remains with the secured person, with the lender. Or rather, the lender has his security interest in that object. But if it's kodshe mizbeach, which is called kunamot, it's mafkiya midesh yi'ibud. Just like Hames on Pesach. If a person has a security interest on Hames, comes Pesach, the owner of the Hames has to burn the Hames. What about the she'ibud that the lender had on the Hames? Mufka. Same thing with Abadim. If a person has an Eved Kena'ani, Reuven, Shimon lends money to Reuven and places a security interest on the Evet Kenani. And now Reuven is makdish the Evet Kenani. In that case, I'm sorry, I misspoke. Makdish. No, he's not makdish. Shihrur. He's mishaharer the Evet Kenani. He lets him go free. The security interest of the lender is gone. The Evet Kenani is free. Right? Those are three things. Shemafki'in midesh shihrur and midesh shi'ibud. Hekdesh, which is le'inyanenu, that's what we're studying. Hamez, which is for the laws of Pesach, and Shihruf, which is for the laws of Abadim. Right? And then finally, the question of the Gemara, the final question of the Gemara was, V'nikdeshu mehashta, if this is a hand, and the hand is kunam, similar to koche mizbeach, and it's mafkia midesh yihrun, then why don't we say that from the moment she says yikadishu yadai le'osehem, at that moment, the hands are already kadosh, and the maaseh yadea are kadosh. Husband can't enjoy from maaseh yadea. And the answer is, alamuha rabbanan l'shi'budei de ba'al ki echi de tikdash mehashta. The Chachamim gave a strength to the security interest that the husband has in the wife's hands. And they said this security interest is so strong that unless he divorces her, the hands are not going to be the security interest is not going to leave, and therefore the husband will continue to enjoy from the maaseh yadea of his wife. But once he gets divorced, at that point immediately the shi'abud of the husband is gone, and the hands are kadosh. And that's why Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri says yafer shemei yigareshena, and that's why Shmuel says lachak Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri, because this is not makdish davar shelo ba'olam. This is osek kunam al davar shekayam ba'olam. Okay, that's what I wanted to share with you.